Hello there everyone and welcome to the MHD Challenge 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I suffered from mental health issues for several years that included depression, panic attacks, anxiety, OCD, outbursts of anger, so many different things. So I know what it's like to actually wake up every day and feel like absolute rubbish. I felt really lonely and isolated, and I really thought no one would understand me if I actually opened up and spoke about what I was going through, because it felt like I was the only person on earth that was actually feeling the way I was feeling. When I finally sought help, it was a real relief for me to actually open up and express myself and say everything that I needed to say without being judged. And I was actually taught to fight back, that I didn't have to live my life this way anymore. I didn't have to kind of give in to these problems, that I could actually recover completely, which I have recovered completely now. And I know, because I know what it feels like to be depressed and feel heavy all the time, but I also know what it feels like to be on the other side and completely recovered. I don't want anyone to have to learn to live with depression and other mental health issues when they don't have to. So I've been doing the Chrissy B Show for a few years now. And you know, the show is focused on mental health and well-being. We talk about, you know, all sorts of mental health issues.
Mentally, I couldn't focus.
How to deal with them. We have doctors that come on, psychologists.
A lot of the time, people form bonds with those that they work with.
There's so much help, practical tips on the program, but I wanted something that could reach people very fast. And I thought the Mental Health Dance Challenge would be the thing that could do just that. You know, it really upsets me when I hear that, for example, suicide is the biggest killer of young people in the UK, and that for me that gives me a sense of urgency. I need to do something quickly to help these people that think that their life isn't worth living. The main aim of the Mental Health Dance Challenge is not to let problems get the better of you, that you can actually fight back and win. It actually aims to encourage people to open up and get the help that they need without the fear of being stigmatized. And you know, we all know the very well-known expression that it's okay not to be okay. I totally agree. No one should be ashamed of having a mental health issue. However, I add a bit more onto that. I say it's okay not to be okay, but what's not okay is to stay not okay. So I really think, you know, we can't get into that kind of mentality of, okay, it's fine to have this mental health issue and just learn to live with it, because from experience, mental health issues can get worse if you don't do something about them. And those, maybe the certain voices that people hear may not be that bad today, but tomorrow those voices could be telling someone to jump off a bridge or do something like that. So it's very important to get help. I decided on a dance because dance, you know, crosses all barriers. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, your age. Everyone can get involved in dancing, and you know, dancing, as we know, is also good for your mental health. It's a form of exercise. When you're dancing, you're also being quite mindful. You're there in the moment. You're concentrating on the moves, on the steps. It's fun. So I wanted something that would be fun, but also something that had a meaning behind it. It wasn't just like an aimless dance for nothing, but something that actually meant something, that said something to people. Also with dance, you can express yourself, you can let out your frustrations, and also it lifts your mood. The biggest difficulty that I faced, I mean, there were a lot of sacrifices all along the way, but I think the biggest difficulty that I faced was in my mind, because it was those thoughts like, you know, you're already doing a TV show, it takes up most of your time, you don't have time to do this, you don't know what you're doing. I'm not like a dancey person, so it was something completely, it is something completely out of my comfort zone.
Just once, or does it have to be shot several times?
Shot several times.
How many?
Several.
Several.
until we get it perfect.
And you know, then there was those kind of negative thoughts like, what if it's a complete disaster? What if it doesn't work? You're going to make a fool of yourself. But I had to put all of that aside, because this dance isn't about me. This dance is about saving people. It's about helping people to open up. So, you know, at the end of the day, at least I've tried. It could be a complete flop. I really hope it won't be. I don't think it will be. Or it could be something amazing. And, you know, like I've said to the dancers, even if we save one person, it's all worth it. So when I had when I spoke to the VYG dancers, I was quite specific about some of the moves. I actually sort of said, I want this kind of move, but I don't know how to put moves together because, as I said, I'm not a dancer. So I'd have to sort of kind of show them the kind of thing that I wanted. I wanted the punching in there, and those kind of moves to actually signify that you're not allowing this bully called depression to beat you down. You need to fight back. So I really wanted to, I didn't know how to sort of translate that into a dance, but what I did, thank goodness, the choreographers are great, so they kind of really got what I had in my head and they really put something great together. Have I enjoyed it? Well, not at first, because I didn't actually realise what I was taking on and how much was involved in putting everything together. There's so many things to think about, and again, this is completely new for me. I've never done anything like this before. So initially I've had a few sleepless nights, I've shed a few tears. It's been difficult. I've been a bit grumpy at times because I've been so tired because I wasn't getting much sleep, because it wasn't that I was worried about it, it was just like I was thinking about things that I needed to do. And eventually when I got sort of the major things done and I actually started to practice the dance myself, then I started to actually get into it and enjoy it and really kind of embrace it. But there was a lot of organising, and I didn't really have anyone to help me at first. But it's been interesting because when I started on my own, and then little by little I've seen things coming together, people kind of coming on board, offering to help. So it's been something really, it's been an amazing experience for me, because I just see it all coming together and it's just great. The kind of reaction that I would like to see from people is, first of all, excitement. I want to see people really enjoying the dance, getting into it. I want to see this go viral. I want everyone across the globe to be doing this. Like I said, the dance crosses all languages, cultures, barriers. It just crosses everything. So my dream is to see everyone doing this dance, and actually, even if a person's not going through a mental health issue, but getting people to understand about mental health and look out for other people, and notice if a friend is feeling down, notice if a colleague is saying something really negative that actually could be a trigger to something that they might do something negative to themselves later on. I want people to get everyone talking about it.